Hey, so the craziness of my world. I did 2 Virgo tarot readings in a row. I did one yesterday and one today. So Virgo, you must have had a lot of things. I must have needed, maybe it was you that got those cards again and I needed to interpret them again. There was more in them. But we're going to do Libra now. Since I want to keep doing Virgo, I don't know what that's about. Let's get these cards cleared. And we'll go on to Libra. See what there's for Libra. Virgo, you got lucky this week. You got lots of messages. The universe is like, I'm not done with Virgo. Can you please give them more information? Happily, I'll oblige that. Now we're getting into Libra. Let's see what's for the Libras today. You can check me out at www.nixvillage.com. I do all kinds of services. I do tarot readings by email, by video chat, and in person. If you want me to come in person and you're outside of my traveling area, I will come to you, but I do charge a travel expenses for that. But check out my website. It's a lot of great stuff there. See what I'm into, what I do, how you can connect with me, how you can donate to my nonprofit if you want. Comment, like, share my videos on YouTube. Subscribe. That way you'll know when the videos come out, when your sign is being read. That way I know that people are interested and I keep doing them instead of quitting because I don't have anybody. I'm into that. I will. I'll be like, they're not looking at the videos. I quit. Comment. Please keep your comments kind. Don't be rude to each other. I delete people. Block them. I don't have time for it. If you're coming out the gate just being mean, you need to go somewhere else. You need to get yourself together. So we're not going to play those kind of games. So what does Libra need today? This card wants me. What does Libra need? Thank you. The ancestor of memory. Now, one thing I can say is I've been getting different oracle cards. Half of these oracle cards I've never even seen in a reading. I've looked through the cards, of course, but as far as like doing a reading with them, half of them I've never even done a reading with. 6 of Wands, Libra. Child of Wands. Wands are spiritual principles. And the 10 of Hearts, emotions. I'm going to sit that sideways because I don't know if it's upside down or if it's upside right. I turned it over and it was upside down. So it could be upside down. I gave an explanation. I do everything intuitively. So if intuitively I go to read the card and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a reverse card, that's what I go off of. I don't necessarily go off of the way that I lay the card down because I may have pulled the card and laid it differently than I've laid the other. Like, it just gets into a whole bunch of stuff. And I know that ultimately the universe is going to get me to understand what it's trying to get me to say. So I just intuitively go with that. So wands, like I said, wands are spiritual principles that you're working on. Hearts are talking about our emotions and things. Six of Wands. I very much get like a May Day sort of a vibe. That's like the maypole symbolism of the butterfly. Butterfly is about transformation. Feels like the celebration of transformation. The yellow keeps me like very much in your solar plex, so I feel like, Libra, that you have had a transformation, an awakening, a realization of something about yourself, self, this self in here, not this, the way you present, who you are. You've in some kind of way you are celebrating something about who you are in the core. And if you're not, you should be. So there's something that you realize, that you recognize, that you followed, that you don't normally, but that felt just like home. Like you did something, Libra, that changed you on a deep level. Or you're in the process of doing something that's changing you on a deep level, on a soul level. And you're being asked to celebrate that. It's a victory. You're transforming. You're becoming in touch with what's inside of you, with why you're here. It's the beginning of it. So like I get a very strong May. May is the spring. It's when it's budding. It's when it's you're transforming, you're changing, but it's just the beginning of it. It's like you have no idea how beautiful and bright this thing is that you've discovered. You're just like, it's like you've gotten the tip off of it. It's just started sprouting. It's the little sprout, that sticks up in the spring that lets you know that you successfully, watered it and did all of that stuff, right? And you're being asked to celebrate that. Celebrate it with people that have that same light that you have, Libra, that same thing that you're finding out about yourself. That's the Six of Wands. That's what I'm getting from the Six of Wands. And then we get to the Child of Wands. And the Child of Wands is asking you to look at, so you've come in touch with something that's different, that you hadn't noticed, Libra, about yourself, and that just delights you. And so the Child of Wands is asking you to use that delight, that new way of being that you've come up with, to look at your world, to envision your world, to see it from a child's eyes, but from this perspective. Like in here. I can't get to my boobs are too big. From in here. Like, for example, what's coming in my head, I just realized I love the color yellow. I didn't. I know I loved the color yellow forever. But I just realized I love the color yellow. I just realized that that really sets me, like the color yellow can like change my whole perspective. And this is just me trying to give you an example. So the color yellow changes my whole perspective, and I realized that. And so I'm then being asked to look at my world and see how many times, how many places that color yellow is presented that can give me that joy. It's like, oh my God, I didn't even realize there was yellow there, and I didn't even realize that was yellow, and I didn't even realize that everywhere I walk, if I need that feeling, it's right there. You understand what I'm saying? It's like once you know something about yourself, you then look at the world differently. So I always have the experience, if somebody I know buys a car I never saw in my whole entire life, they buy this car. The latest car was this Telluride or Telluride from Hyundai or something. But it's this big like truck thing. I never saw one of those in my whole entire life. And then my cousin was doing this thing on, and they were selling them, and it's like this whole thing, and it was coming across my Facebook. And so I got introduced to this car. Everywhere I looked after that, I was behind them. They were passing me. Everywhere I looked, because my eyes were open to them. Whereas before I didn't even know what they were. I didn't see them. And then it was just like, oh my God, there's another one. There's another one. Oh my gosh, there's another one. If you get a white car, you start noticing every car on the road is white. Before that, you didn't even notice any white cars. Now every car on the road is white. So it's like that. It's like I found something within myself that's absolutely wonderful, and it delights me, and it's helping me to transform myself in such a beautiful way. And I want to celebrate that. Not only do I want to celebrate that, I want to take it out, and I want to view my world with that new knowledge from a child's perspective. I don't want to put any of my old ideas, my old feelings, or the old way I used to be. I don't want any of that to cover this. I just want that child's view of the world with my new knowledge. So that's kind of what's being said to you, like, and it's your world. It's look at everything with that new feeling, like this new thing that brings joy to you, this new thing, and it's solar plexus. It is very much, I keep going up here, but solar plexus, it is very much something with the essence of you that you've discovered, Libra. You have stumbled upon something in the essence of Libra that is just like, it's part of your light, it's part of why you're here, it's what you're here to bring to the earth. And you're being asked to, and as I say that, it's like you're not only being asked to look at the world with that, you're being asked to bring that to the world with this childlike motion. We're not bringing it as a wise old elder. We're bringing it as a child. We've just discovered it, and we want to share it with our friends. And that's what you're being asked to do, Libra. So you're being asked to celebrate it, to envision it in your world, and to bring it to your world. Whatever this thing is that you've discovered within you. And then we get to the 10 of Hearts. 10 of Hearts. Hearts are emotions and that kind of stuff. So being your Libra, I feel very much that this is balance. I keep going to balance. I keep going to a balanced state. your zen, your place. Ah, Libra, you're here to bring balance. Libra is here to bring balance, but until you, when you, this is a step towards that balance. So you've figured out something within you that I feel like it's bigger than you. It's in you and it's your thing, but it's to help the collective. Okay? So there's something that Libra has discovered about themselves that needs to be celebrated, and it needs to be brought to the world with a childlike view. You need to look at the world as a child, and you need to bring that energy, this energy of the thing that you're celebrating, to the world. Because you are here to help balance. Libra's here for balance. Libra is the scales. Balance. So as you balance the world, you're balancing yourself. As you balance yourself, you're balancing the world. It's childlike, Libra. You're not coming in as the wise old owl. You just are not. You are coming in as a child. You are bringing this with joy, with delight, with glee. Glee is the word that keeps coming. Glee. That's what you're doing. That's important because that's going to bring the balance. And celebrate yourself, Libra. Please celebrate yourself because this is what you came for. The Rihanna song. This is what you came for, right? And then we get the ancestor of memory. These are actual cave drawings that have been enhanced. And somebody decided that they knew what the cave people were saying. So, remembrance of those you love. Restoration of broken things. I remember everything that has ever happened. With me at your side, you may shine a light upon ignorance and restore the elements of your life that may have been split asunder. I can help you to learn truths that enable you to reconnect with your true self in times of need, to remember the path that will take you where you need to go, and to recall the names and faces of those you love when circumstances would have you forget them. I feel like this ancestor of memory is reminding you of who you are, which you're just finding out. So he's bringing you along that. Memory defines us, giving us a frame within which we become who we were meant to be. Who we were meant to be. So it's time, Libra. It's time for you to come into who you were meant to be. We deserve it. You deserve it. It is time. We're ready to see your light shine, Libra. Ready for you to come bring that childlike wonder and delight and glee to us. So with that, I am going to close this reading. I thank you guys for spending this moment with me. Again, it's www.nixvillage.com. Check me out, and thank you. See you soon, Libra.